What's up, family? Trail here, and just when we thought that things are already so bad and they can't possibly get any worse. Is that even a true statement? Well, things just did. The inflation numbers were released yesterday and they came in worse than everyone expected, which means this is even more of a confirmation that we are officially in a recession. Also, a new COVID variant has been diagnosed, and this variant could be the worst out of all of them. I also have some information about some new tax credits and rebates that was just passed. I'm going to be telling you guys all about it in just a moment. But first, let me remind you that on this channel, we cover everything from what's going on around the world with the stock market, with the war in Ukraine, as well as multiple daily news stories around the world. So if you're interested in any of these topics today, be so kind, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us, as it really helps out this channel. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Well guys, the CPI numbers came out yesterday, and let's just say that we've had some better days. Yes, inflation surged to 9.1% for the month of June, which is accelerating more than expected to a new 40-year high. Now, originally, economists were expecting that the Consumer Price Index, or the CPI, was going to climb to around 8.8% in June. However, the numbers came in about 0.3% higher. But anyways, guys, this is some drastic news, and we ended up seeing the stock market drop over 400 points before the market actually opened, before it actually rebounded before the end of the day. Now, inflation accelerated more than expected to a new 4-decade high in June, as the price of everyday necessities remains painfully high, exacerbating a financial strain for millions of Americans and worsening a political crisis for President Biden. Now, the Labor Department said on Wednesday that the Consumer Price Index, which is a broad measure of the price for everyday goods, including gasoline, groceries, and rents, rose to 9.1% for the month of June from just a year ago. And prices jumped about 1.3% in the 1-month period from May to June. And those figures were both far higher than the 8.8% headline figure and 1% monthly gain forecast by economics. So yeah, guys, if you want to look right here at this chart I have on the screen, this shows you exactly how the inflation has been going over decades. We can see that this particular one right here is from the year of 2010 to now 2022. And you can see that originally we were like in a little bit of a range throughout here, but now we have totally passed that previous inflation rise back in 2011. And now we are hitting at all-time highs that we haven't seen in over 40 years. So yes, guys, this just means that things are probably going to get a little bit worse. And like I told you on the previous video, guys, that we are officially in a recession. And yes, guys, this is some drastic news, especially as Americans are still trying to recover from the pandemic alone, which happened in 2020. And we are still dealing with it right now, in which we are still dealing with even more pandemic news because COVID cases are going up as well. But anyways, guys, in regards to the inflation right here, we did hear from the current president, which is President Biden, in which he states that the June inflation figures is unacceptably high, but out of date. Now, it does say that President Joe Biden said June inflation figures were unacceptably high, and also said that energy alone compromised nearly half of the monthly increases in inflation. Today's data does not reflect the full impact of nearly 30 days of decreases in the gas prices that have reduced the price at the pumps by about 40 cents since the mid-time of June, according to a statement by President Biden. So yes, guys, he says that he is not happy about these inflation numbers as well, but he's trying to offset it by letting the American people know that the gas prices have been coming down over the past 3 weeks. But guys, we all know that that is not enough. We need all prices to come down over the past 3 weeks, not just gas prices. I mean, come on now, everybody is struggling out there right now, in which we are about to struggle even more because recent information told us about this new variant from COVID-19, in which this variant is the BA.5 variant. And yes, guys, they are saying that the new dominant Omicron variant strain in the United States is driving up COVID cases, as well as reinfections of COVID-19. Yes, guys, you can see right here, it says that increasingly, however, more people appear to be contracting the virus multiple times in relatively quick successions as another Omicron subvariant sweeps through the United States. Now, the BA.5 variant is now the most dominant strain of COVID-19 in the country, according to the CDC. And while it's hard to get an exact count, given how many people are taking rapid tests at home, there are indications that both reinfections and hospitalizations are increasing by the dozens. For example, some 31,000 people across the United States are currently hospitalized with the virus right now, with admissions up by 4.5% compared to just a week ago. And the data from the New York State shows that the reinfections started trending upwards again in late June. And yes, guys, the CDC director said that the BA.5 variant is estimated to represent about 65% of the circulating COVID-19 variants that have been detected right now in this country. So yes, guys, this is some very dire news that we are hearing right now, and it's saying that the fast-spreading BA.5 subvariant of Omicron is estimated to make up about 65% of the variants in the United States alone. So yes, guys, this thing is not going anywhere. We have seen multiple variants so far, but yes, guys, they are saying that this variant right here, the BA.5, is probably one of the worst that we have seen as of yet. Yes, guys, this article talks about the BA.5 subvariant can actually reinfect you with COVID within a couple of weeks, according to the experts. Yes, the BA.5 Omicron subvariant, which is known to evade immunity induced both by vaccines as well as prior infections, has the potential to reinfect you with COVID-19 again within weeks. BA.5, together with BA.4 and other subvariants, are said to be behind the current surge in infections that have been seen in a slew of countries, including India, China, the US, and European nations, notably the UK and Italy. It has been a common assumption during the pandemic that being infected with COVID variant provides a natural immune boost, enabling one's immune system to be better recognized and fend off infections in the future. However, Omicron BA.5 proved to be something different, with several researchers terming it as the most easily transmissible COVID variant to date. So yes, guys, this is some very dire news that we are sharing with you today, because we could go on lockdowns altogether once again, which is definitely not good, as we are entering into a recession, which means a lot of people have to start working more now, because prices are coming down. People are being laid off from jobs. Companies are being shut down. We have seen tons of crypto companies and jobs closing their doors and filing for bankruptcy. So this is definitely not a good time for us, this country, to go in another lockdown dealing with this new variant BA.5. But guys, tell me what you think about this. Do you think that we should be fearing this, or do you think we should just go ahead and let it run its course? But so far, guys, according to this data reports that we're receiving right now, the numbers are ticking up and more people are getting infected. And also, don't forget about those individuals that have received those tests at home. Yes, those individuals are actually taking their COVID test at home, and they are not reporting those numbers directly to the CDC or the Johns Hopkins Authority. So that means even more people are actually infected with the virus than we actually know. And then we have this article right here that talks about Japan is actually logging its most COVID cases since March of 2020, which they are now delaying some domestic travels altogether. Yes, Japan recorded more than 76,000 new coronavirus cases on Tuesday, more than double from a week earlier, and topping the 70,000 mark for the first time since March the 3rd, amid signs that the nation is undergoing a seventh wave of COVID infections. So yes, guys, this is going on not only in the United States, but in other countries as well. take care of yourselves. You might have to start wearing your mask once again. And if you haven't been boosted yet, you might want to reconsider getting your booster shot, especially as this BA.5 Omicron variant is told that it can actually reinfect you weeks after you caught the infection from the first time, which is the first time we have seen anything like that whatsoever, guys. So again, guys, I will encourage you to take care of yourself, you and your families out there, and hopefully we can get past this surge here in the near term. I'll keep you guys posted as usual. But moving on to some stimulus update news, guys, we do have one state, Pennsylvania, has just approved of a new budget that is going to include new tax credits as well as some rebates for some low-income families, as well as seniors, as well as senior citizens, as well as Social Security recipients. Yes, guys, this is some huge news right here for the state of Pennsylvania. And yes, Pennsylvania's state budget includes some new tax credits and tax rebates for families and seniors. Yes, the new child tax credit will equal about 30% of the child care expenses, with a maximum of $315 for one dependent and $630 for two or more dependents. And seniors and the disabled will get a one-time increase in the property tax and rent rebate. Those who currently get the maximum refund of $650 will get an additional $455. Yes, guys, this is all going on in the state of Pennsylvania. So again, guys, hey, this is some awesome news that we are seeing right here, that they have actually passed this bill in Pennsylvania, but we don't know exactly when this will actually start as far as them sending out these particular stimulus checks or budget checks that is going to include this additional money for families, those that are seniors, those that are individuals, as well as those individuals that have children will be receiving these increase in checks here in the near term. I will keep you guys posted once we find out exactly when those budget increases will actually be going out to the residents in the state of Pennsylvania. But anyways, guys, hey, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But as a quick reminder, don't forget about the promotion with Webull, where they're giving out 6 free stocks after you deposit any amount of money. But other than that, hey, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now because it's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.